least it's dry. Bit breezy, but it's not a freezing cold wind. Where am I going? Well, the competition winner lives in Halifax, and I was looking on my map, Burnley, Hebden Bridge, and I thought, well, I could meet him in Burnley if he doesn't want me to post this camera. But he said, no, meet up with Philip Yules again. Why do cars make strange noises all of a sudden? Is it the fan belts? I was telling John about Dixon's and the Royal Enfield collection. I've spent hundreds of thousands at Dixon's, or rather the parent company has. It's one of them that got bought out by what do you call it? Well, the old Robinsons in Rochdale, as well as a chain that buy up bike shops and do them up. Tell them what bikes to sell, I think. And they now sell KTM, Kawasaki, Royal Enfield, and a number of others. Drizzle is a drizzle on camera lens. So I said we'll have a look there. Picture there's no stylish cafes apart from the usual bloody McDonald's and whatever. Well, I can't think of any in this area. I was looking on Facebook yesterday, and Ribblehead Bike Night, that girl who organised the Wellsprings one, which flopped after 3 meets due to the landlord whinging about speeding bikers tearing up and down the road, frightening off customers, and also the lack of parking for his dining customers, so he was whinging, and he called a halt to it. So that girl, I forgot her name, a blonde bird from Barrowford, who's a hairdresser, it was reorganised for that Gamecock pub, that one that was full of bloody flies in summer. And that's fizzled out, I think. I've not been for ages. It's a Wednesday bike meets, you know. Anyway, she's now organised it for Ribblehead, a pub called the Station Inn on the way to the Ribblehead Viaduct. Where things going? You going first, Albert? And I left her a message. Of course, she hasn't replied. She wasn't very communicative last time. She didn't say, hey, you're welcome and nothing. She just ignored me. Probably because I've got a face that can stop a clock. I don't fancy him. Well, I left a message saying she lives in Barrowford, and there's a really nice old pub called the White Bear. Looks like it dates from 1600 and something, with a cobbled courtyard, and they serve food. And I said, as there's not really hundreds turn up at these bike meets, why not have it there, park the bikes on the cobbled courtyard, and there's wooden benches there. Anyway, I put Facebook on, and she hasn't bloody replied, and surprise, surprise. So I won't be going to that Ribblehead Viaduct, bloody hell. It must be 35 miles away. Whether it was meant to be focused round here, or Lancashire bike night, I don't know. I just checked, John said he'd left his phone number on Facebook Messenger, but it hadn't flagged up that I got a message, so I just checked, and there it is. So it's in my phone now, in case he's late. If there's nobody there yet, I'll make a brew. I need something warm inside me. Oh yes, matron, oh yes, oh, chickadee nuts, oh. I hate winter. Yeah, I decided that John should be the winner because he communicates. There were a couple of others, and I thought, well, when was the last comment they made? A couple I don't think had ever commented, and one lad had just commented once or twice. So keep in touch. That's the motto, isn't it? Although it is only a cheap camera. I'm not giving a GoPro away, it's just a spare camera, which I thought, well, it's been sort of collecting dust on a shelf for nearly a year. I forgot when it was I bought them. Are you going? You're going to change lanes? No, good. Actually, I'm in the wrong lane. What am I thinking of? Well, there is another way of going. It doesn't really matter. Nothing behind now, good. So this new acceleration means we can get out of trouble quickly. Marvellous. Who would have thought that just dropping one tooth would make so much difference? Carl Fogarty Way. Can you see, you couldn't accelerate like that before. It'll probably work with that CB1300. I've been fantasising about a blue CB1300, 24,000 mile on eBay in Staffordshire. Oh, yes, beautiful blue, 4:1, so the exhaust wouldn't be a problem, which was one reason why it wouldn't fit through my back gate when I had my twin silencer Super 4, but a 4:1 it should be fine. And I thought, should I ring up and say I've got a deal on my Hornet, take the fairing off because you can't get these nice little fairings anymore, install it on the CB1300, but no, but it should be good for another 40,000 odd mile. Ooh, is that mist or drizzle over Blackburn hilltops? Yeah, so this lad John has got a Royal Enfield Interceptor, red and black one, very nice, but he hasn't got a camera. He did a walk around with his phone. So if he I'm going to suggest he brings his helmet, and I could show him how to mount it maybe, but I'm sure he knows himself. I could have squid some silicone on. I wonder if that Rocket 3's in stock. There was some blurb on Facebook about it being at the Manchester store and ready for test rides. But there might be one here. I mean, it must be ready for sale, surely. I didn't bother cleaning my bag. I'll do that tomorrow if there's any salt on it, but that ACF 50 seems to be working well. All the spots that used to go rusty, like the axle bolts, is no longer going rusty. I even squirted it on the forks. Not sure whether that was wise, but If it creates a seal and prevents a bit of rust, why not? Is someone going to tell me why not? Tiger XC 800. Yeah, watching Alan Balter on a dirt track on his big KTM. Are they actually designed for that type of thing? Or is it just a style of a bike? Would you take a big heavy bike on a muddy track? I'm not telling him what to do, of course, but that's just concerning, because the first video I ever watched on YouTube, I think, was Steve Love, also known as Sven Garley. He was on his big BMW 1200 going along a similar track with big puddles, and one puddle was a foot deep. And of course his front wheel went down and wallop, it fell over right on his leg and broke his leg, and he was screaming in agony. So I just wondered, is Alan alright on his big KTM? Imagine if that thing fell on your leg on a muddy track. Would you be able to wriggle free? Wouldn't interest me at all, I'm afraid, a muddy track. I just want a nice dry road with a cafe, scenic views, and hot brews. Oh, Philip's here. He's going to say turn that camera off. Hello. Alright. Oh, it's that big red lump. Oh, Yamaha, isn't it? Very nice. Probably sold that tangerine shoey. Yeah, sorry, I'm still coughing as are most of the lads at work. One said he's got a chest infection, has to go to hospital for x-rays and a course of antibiotics. I said, oh dear. I do, alright. Yep. Is that the one that Morphy was looking at with all the extra bits included? Crossrunner, yeah, I always like these. Get them with the funny gears. master upstairs still here. So that was a cross runner inside. Oh, Africa Twin in black, that's nice, isn't it? Look at that engine. Bronze and grey silver. Yeah, Africa Twin. It'll suit me, one of them. It's other customers. But I never get them boys. I think them boys are wider than my back gate. When I got shut of my Super 4 CB1300, someone said, oh, you could have just demolished the wall and made a bigger gate. I said, I know, but when I moved in that house I was skint, so I sold the big bike for £4,000 and bought a 3-piece suite, carpets, all sorts of stuff. And I got a little, well I say a little, a 650 Aprilia Pegasaur for work for £1,100 off Motorcycle News, nothing but bloody trouble. Wonder why I didn't video that with my camcorder, or my other bikes with my camcorder. It was just in a bag for years, still working, but I just never thought of videoing bikes, and all vlogging in them days, was it? That gap moved. I keep putting rubber spaces under there to widen the gap of me hugger. And a grimy old thing. Still, it's alright when it's cleaned up. Am I vlogging on the oldest bike? 2004, but under the seat it says 2002. Turbo Hornet. That's gone loose a bit. It's only a wing nut underneath that holds it on. I had a silly sod saying, oh, silly toys on a bike, unsubbed Kawasaki's Fred or something. Oh, sod off. You gobshites, don't watch. If anything on my channel you don't like, well, sod off. Watch someone else's. Gobshites. Like Bandit Nev said, he said, no, trolls don't worry me, Steve. I said, oh, don't worry me. It just makes you wonder what's going on in their tiny minds, what little thoughts are rattling around the walnut brains. Yeah, nice that, isn't it? I just imagine my mate Clive holding on them. When I gave him a lift the other week, he was holding on to something and he must have been gripping that carrier at back and he dislodged the light. Because this Wallace is a little red light for dark mornings. There's one failing at the top. It's 2 o'clock, I'll take my helmet off, go in and make a brew. I think they're free here, very good of them. Bye for now. Right, well, what time is it? An hour later. I've just been having a look at bar end mirrors that John was after, but they have Triumph on in there. So he said let's have a look at Dixon's, in case they have any specially for the Royal Enfield. Going out of this road's a bugger. Should I go on the alternative route? That's full of speed humps though, that way up there. Yeah, look at that, going a bit too fast at Herbert. Right, a gap after the bus and that white car. A lot better. John's there, good. Yeah, he said it should have started up motorway, but we're going on the air road, sorry. It isn't any quicker on the motorway anyway. Alright, where's he gone? And did you see that chap? There was a chap going to pull out. So that's a pilot's on the front. Yeah, I normally park here, but oh, you found a space, good. So I had a new refurbished shop. It's a lot bigger than it was. I think the back 2 rooms were storage before, and now it's just one big showroom for helmets, clothes, gloves and accessories. Yeah, it used to say BMW and Yamaha years ago, but yeah, the Tangerine Royal Enfield, yeah. That was in fact it was February last year. It was quite mild for the time of year. Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. I said that to Bandit Nev. I said, you keep moaning about being too hot, there's no such thing as too hot. And he said, oh no, 40 degrees. As long as the fridge full of Fosters, I said, I'll come over. Well, you can put me up for 3 months until it gets warm here again. Adelaide. He's not affected by fires. Not watch Bandit Nev's videos. He's like me. He lives on his own, and he's got a really nice Suzuki 1250 Bandit. Yeah, the retro look. Yeah, I was looking at one when I came in here, and I bought an Oxford Screamer. I've got a cheap £20 one from a non-branded one, but I thought I want one to check on rides. Plus it had a little blue silicone water cap on top, and it was £40, but maybe it was being new. I thought, bloody hell, it stuck. I had to get my axle out, and then it suddenly popped open after jiggling it, and it says use oil regular. Oh, is it one of them that has to be broken in? I hope I've not spent £40 for nothing. Plus the bleeper sounded a bit odd, like it were missing a contact. Then it started bleeping. I'll see how it goes. Alright, yeah. Oh good, it's a bit it's like a cricket chirping though. Oh good. I sent for a really loud one, but it's too loud. I thought if I connect that, it's actually an alarm. And I cocked up really. I thought, I should have realised if it says alarm, it's going to be super loud. It's 130 decibel. I can't have that on indicators. People will be jumping up in air. Yeah, on my kitchen table workshop, and it scared me to death. And I've got 4, because they're only cheap, I've got 4 of them. Right, I'll have a look in. Should I keep my helmet on, or will he moan, I wonder? Take that off. Well, I'll see. You can only tell me to take it off. Oh, that was there last time I came in. MT10, I like them. Blue wheels as well, gorgeous. Oh yeah. Well, look at this all black one, that's nicer. I like all black. If it had a red stripe on. Yeah, lovely. 10,200. Cable clutch, or? No, they were a cross runner at yours, and I was thinking, is that the one with funny clutch, like a scooter type of affair?
Yeah, you can hear them change, can't you? But there's no lever.
Yeah. It's either a cross runner, cross tour. I know one of them has funny gears, a 700cc one. KTM showroom. Have you seen Alan Bolter's KTM? He used to have a BMW and he called himself Squeak Bolter, but now it's Alan Bolter, and he's got a big KTM, and I was saying to him, you're on a dirt track, a muddy dirt track with big puddles. I said, one of them could be a big hole. And I says, are they really intended for doing that on, or is it just the style of the bike? Imagine if it fell over and your legs underneath in a load of mud and you're only one there and you're trying to reach your mobile. I'd be terrified. Yeah, are they Austrian or something? I think they're Austrian, aren't they? I don't know. The one he has two petrol caps. I don't know if it's like a Paris-Dakar thing, 2 fuel tanks. But there's so many different models, I don't know what's what. There's Royal Enfield sections, this middle bit here.
Yeah, I saw from when we came through the door.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a Himalayan, that white one, isn't it? Yeah, itchy boots. They can't be very heavy then if a girl's managing to, scuttle them across dirt tracks. Yeah. Yeah, 4,000-ish, yeah. Well, a work commute bike would be ideal as a work commuter, wouldn't it? When some second-hand ones appear on market. I was saying that, you don't see many Royal Enfields second-hand on eBay. Yet, because they're fairly new, yeah. They've left key on that Harley, that's a bit dodgy. I have to tell him. Well, that's what I mean, they could just disappear with it, just if some silly teenagers came in. Yeah, Mondial and Benelli's, that's unusual these days in a shop.
So do you say they've got parts and accessories upstairs?
Yeah, up them steep stairs. See, there could be a lift. One man lift here, behind that little door. There's a key in that Harley key, did you know? Keys left on it. Alright. Oh, I see, yeah, my mate had one, didn't you? And he had a lot of trouble with his.
I got rid of mine. I had a 1200 Sports, I got rid of it for an Interceptor.
He's got the red and black one.
Absolutely fantastic. It's basic, it's basic riding. No modes, none of that. But that's what I wanted. I wanted to be in charge of it. I don't want to press a switch to tell me that it's raining. I know it's raining. No, it's very, very good. The value is just unbelievable.
They were saying here after some bar end mirrors, I said I've seen some at Yule's, but we've just been in and you have bloody Triumph on. Everything's got Triumph on. Bar end mirrors, I said you don't want Triumph mirrors on your Royal Enfield.
Are you not an Enfield dealership, are you? Yeah. Are you? Yeah. So you do the Enfield spares? Yeah. Right. I'm not sure whether they do their own bar end mirrors or not. You can get aftermarket ones. The ones I've seen have a section. That replaces that. And they've got a little section with a CNC how we do top.
Oh yeah, the Kawasaki green with green lights to emphasise, yeah, that's nice. Well, there's a lad called Derek, he's got a lovely one of these, a 1000cc Kawasaki, and his blue, so he, like me, he's getting all blue stuff for it. He's fitted all sorts. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll knock this off now, I'll come up. Oh, very nice, MT10. Well, I just said goodbye to John. Goodbye to Jane, goodbye to Jane. Hope the camera wasn't hissing, I could feel it catching on my buff, my neckerchief thing. He said he went via Burnley, Hebden Bridge way. And I said, you probably got the sat nav, like I was saying, the motorways up here. And then right. I just picked a bottle up, a wee bottle in, gotcha, I put it in that skip. We hit rush hour, 5 to 4. That's the last one, I can see through that car. Another one coming now. Thank you.